Okay, is this gonna work? Let's see. Ah! Dropped you on my messy desk. I'm not starting over though because I want to glitch it out. Alright, good morning. Good morning. Live wasn't working yesterday, so I'm kind of waiting before I start yapping my head off to see if this is gonna work, because yesterday I was on for I don't know how long, because I just thought, oh, maybe it was just, you know, one of those days that Facebook isn't notifying people when you get on, because that happens. So I thought maybe it's just a little slow this morning, or no one's getting notifications. Well, I was on for a good while, and I was like, okay, considering I go live at the same time, the same days, you know, I'm like, this definitely, someone should have got on by now, like at least one person. So at first I thought, well, maybe it's working, but like, I just can't see anything, you know, like, it's just not telling me if anyone's on, I can't see comments, whatever. I thought maybe that was the case. And then, I was like, got off, I posted the video, this was yesterday, and it looks like we're kind of off to the same start, so I'm a little scared that's going to be the case again. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we're going to get working. Anyway, so I get off because I'm like, well, maybe I just need to get off and get back on. And so I post the video, and basically when I posted it, I wanted to see if I could see like any comments or something on the replay. The video still has never showed up. So, it wasn't anything like groundbreaking, so I really don't care, but it was just very odd. Good morning, Darcy. Oh my gosh, yay. Okay, live's working. I was a little worried after yesterday that it wasn't gonna work, but we have Darcy on, so yay. All right, this is the eye cream I've been using. I have you linked to the TikTok shop deal because it's the best one. Most discounted, free shipping, and most products, so best value and cheapest. And then we did our City Beauty lid lifting treatment. I've been loving that as my eye primer lately. Now, I don't need SPF today. It is actually really crappy out. So maybe I'll use a little, I mean, you can still wear SPF if you want, but maybe I'll just use a little sheer skin, because this, I always get asked, you can do this one with or without primer. It really doesn't matter because it's like a tinted serum. So very light coverage, but it is going to give really good hydration, a little bit of evening of the skin tone, super glowy, that kind of a product. I'm going to wear it with powder today because I want a little more full coverage, but if you love like a glowy, natural makeup look, Sheer Skin by Ophir for sure. Also, I'm working with a new company, guys, and I am so excited. So I'm kind of a sucker for like a supplement, honestly, a supplement, a vitamin, anything like that. I am pretty much willing to try anything. Am I going to say like, oh my gosh, that changed my life? Probably not, but am I willing to at least try it? Definitely. So this is the company BioCell, and they're basically, one, it's right up our alley, my alley, maybe yours too, because it's like a beauty-based supplement company. But there's a lot of those, right? So there's a lot of like health and wellness type companies, and they all claim to like have the best stuff, But one thing that kind of made me really interested in BioCell, and what made it kind of stand out to me, is I feel like every company is selling collagen. I'm taking collagen a lot. I've tried a few different brands, and BioCell products don't have any collagen. It actually helps you generate your own supplement. So it helps like support your own collagen system internally so that you will actually create more collagen yourself. And I found that really interesting because to me, we all know a lot of vitamins and supplements. Our bodies basically, we swallow it and it goes in, and a lot of it gets filtered and rejected. So realistically, depending on like the absorption and stuff, you might be taking vitamins that actually aren't really doing anything because your body might just be filtering it out and getting rid of it if it shows as like not a good substance, I guess, depending on how our system does that. So that's what really kind of like intrigued me, was the idea of just supporting your own system into creating more collagen. You know what I mean? Because your body's obviously never going to reject its own collagen. Like, that's just not going to happen. And so, yeah, it's just really cool. So this, I got a bunch of stuff. Actually, if you go to my page, I posted a video last night. I'm not going to take all of them at the same time. I am really excited, though. So I'm probably going to start with, I'm deciding between starting with this and the collagen, I think it's called the hair skin. Let me look. I want to tell you. Or is it advanced hair and nail care? But they all generate and protect your own collagen system. So they're all the products are going to help you generate your own collagen. So I would just get one based on your target goals. There's an anti-aging one. There's a skin renew elixir. By the way, the skin renew elixir, you drink that. When I first opened it, it's a liquid. That's the only one I got that was a liquid. I put it on the back of my hand because I thought it was a serum. You drink it. Read the instructions first. Anyways, there's all kinds of target ones. So there's hair and skin, anti-aging, advanced hair growth. You know what I mean? So there's different things you can target. Her Harmony is for, same thing. It's going to help generate more collagen, help support your system to generate more collagen, but it also supports a healthy menstrual cycle and balanced hormones. So that's why I say kind of pick. They're all going to help you with that collagen, which is going to be good for hair, skin, and nails. But then they each have their target specifics as well. So pick whatever your target specific is. And that's what I would start with. But anyways, I am really excited about it. I just think it seems a lot more innovative. Makes a lot more sense. Going to get a lot more benefits out of it. And it's also vegan, dairy-free, soy-free, and gluten-free. So if you are trying to cut those out, or you're on, a special diet, or maybe you have an intolerance, I like that you're not having to worry about that in your vitamins. You know what I mean? So anyways, give it a try. Good morning, Jody. Good morning, Kenya. Yay, we have a few people on. Live seems to be working. All is well. Facebook has been crazy this week. I can't tell you guys how many messages I've gotten about not getting live notifications, asking if I went live because they couldn't find it. Like, it's crazy. And then people have told me they checked their notifications and they are on, and it's still not notifying them. So I guess just make sure to check it, make sure it's on, and hopefully these glitches will work themselves out soon. So yeah, and I can't remember if I said this, but if you order BioSil, I have it linked up in the description. They did give me a code, so it's just SAV30, S-A-V 30. That'll save you 30% on your entire order. It's actually, I looked it up, and now I'm having a huge brain fart. I want to say Dutch, but that's not a company, obviously. Anyway, it's a European-based company, or one of those. Like I said, I can't think of it. I want to say a B, but the only thing in my mind that will come up is Bulgaria, and that's not right. Okay, anyways, it's going to be a lot better than like these American companies because they just have no standards and no requirements they have to hit barely, it seems like. Which I didn't know that. Honestly, I wouldn't have known that if it wasn't for TikTok and whatever else. But apparently the EU is much stricter on their food, their vitamins, basically what people can eat. So that's good. I am a transplant survivor and I can't even take collagen or any type of those mixed vitamins. Very weird. Oh my gosh, that's crazy, Darcy. I didn't know that about you. But that makes sense that if you wouldn't want to take anything that could overload your system or cause any kind of issues. But I didn't know that. I guess it makes sense now that you're telling me, but I would have never even thought of taking vitamins or supplements or anything like that if I had a transplant. It's crazy how much stuff we don't know and don't think about until you're in that situation, basically. Okay, sorry, I'm looking in my little mirror over here. What is the weather where you guys are? It's rainy, it's cold, it's gonna be SHITTY. And guess what? The nicest day next week is the day I have a meeting. I swear. That's the day it shows sunny and nice all day, and I'll be at work all day and at a meeting at night. I'm like, cool. Makes sense. Makes sense. Hi, Jackie. So nice to see you live. I miss watching you. Well, thank you for jumping on. I go live every Monday through Thursday between 8 and 8:30 Mountain Standard Time. Yesterday, I was live. So Facebook was the reason I wasn't on yesterday. Good morning, Dawn. On my way to work, so just listening. It's 1:05 in Kansas. That's crazy because it feels so opposite here. Thanks for hopping on, Dawn. Good morning, Cheryl. Yay! Our girls are here. Yeah, it's like maybe in the 50s. Cloudy, zero sun, like it's literally like dark out. Thank God for ring lights, or videos would be so hard. And it rained all night. Oddly enough, it was like a huge thunderstorm in like the middle of the night, which seems a little late in the season, like mid-August. I don't know, that was weird. I feel like usually storms kind of like end in July. I was like, why are we storming right now? Like it just seemed like an odd time for like a big thunderstorm, but we desperately needed the rain. So as far as I know, no fires or anything started. So I hope that's the case. And we did need the rain. So I'm definitely glad about that. Unfortunately, I inherited a rare blood disease from my dad, which attacks your organs. Unfortunately, my father did not survive, but I did manage to get a transplant. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Darcy. That is crazy. It's like, what is going, like, why is my own body attacking itself? I don't understand that. That's terrible. Obviously, glad you're still here with us and that it, but sucks you even had to go through that in the first place. Okay, I am just doing my pressed powder. I'm doing the same pressed powder I do every single day, which is Younique's pressed powder. I love this stuff. I've used it for many, many years. I used to be a huge Younique girl. That was like my main gig, and I still like their products. I have nothing bad to say about their products at all. But obviously I've kind of moved on and started doing some different things. But one thing I always go back to is their pressed powder foundation. It is so good. I love the way it wears. It's hydrating. It's not like a dry powder that feels like it's sucking the moisture out. It's just very glowy. You can do full coverage, medium coverage. I would say I'm getting about a medium coverage today because I'm using a big brush. And then I'm kind of taking it and spreading it out over like a large area. But if I wanted to, I could use a beauty blender or the little sponge it comes with, and I could like press it in to build up for full coverage if I had like a blemish or just something like that I wanted like that really good coverage for. Love the pressed powder foundation. Yay, I'm so glad, Jackie. It's the best, I swear. I am having a breakout right now, which is just annoying and ironic because I think it was like last week I was on live with you guys. I don't even remember what day it was, but I remember saying this, talking about how my skin is never perfect at all, but it's a lot better and it's like pretty good and like very minimal breakouts. And that was, I swear, like I woke overnight. I get a lot of hormonal acne is my most like common breakouts. So around my period, PMS, things like that. Obviously, once in a while, sometimes I'll use a product that like definitely breaks me out. Like sunscreens can tend to be really bad, or just like certain cheapy type products. But a lot of it is like hormonal. So it was like, boom, next day I have like all this hormonal acne like around my chin area and like, the beard area, which is typical for hormonal. And I'm like, nice. Shouldn't have said that. All right, we have a new lippy to try. And actually, I gotta make a video for this when I get off of here. But I want to look at the color first. And then I need your guys' help. I wanted to do my makeup and then pick out my earrings. Trying to, like, actually use stuff like this. I don't want to break my nails. You're probably thinking, why is she using a knife for that tiny box? That's why. Okay, that is stunning. My thought is to use the other color today, though. Wow, that is so pretty. That's like a bubblegum yum yum pink. Oh, it has the name right on it. So this is Cherry. This is a lip plumper by City Beauty. Ooh, how pretty is that? I don't know if my light's like reflecting on the thing, so I don't know if you guys can see, but there's like some really pretty like sheen color to it. Like kind of a sparkle almost. And I just know that's going to be pretty. And I have really like wrinkly lips. I actually took a picture and like zoomed in on them so that I could see the difference in this other City Beauty product. And I knew I had like a lot of scars and wrinkles and stuff, but when I really zoomed in, I was like, that's even worse than I thought. Like, I don't know. No one wants to see that, but like up here and like just all around. So for one, obviously, I think everyone has lines and stuff. Like that's totally normal. But for two, one of the things that I am allergic to, speaking of like breakouts and stuff, is certain kinds of chapsticks. Like I don't know what the ingredient is, and it's nothing against these chapsticks, but just like for two examples that do this is Carmex, which I love Carmex. I love the smell. I love the look. I would wear Carmex all the time if I could. I love how like shiny it is, but that's one of the ones. And Burt's Bees. And also I really like Burt's Bees, but it will literally make my lips like explode. They'll have like huge cracks in them and like so dry and just really, really, really bad. And so I have a lot of scars from that on top of just like obviously normal stuff. But yeah, so I couldn't believe when I zoomed in. Anyways, sorry, I forgot where I was going with that. I was going to say I'm excited to try this lip plumper and have that like really pretty sheen, because I'm hoping between the plumping and like that really pretty finish, it'll kind of help hide some of these lines in my lips. Because I am only 33, so I have quite a few, but obviously when I tell you guys it's an explosion, it would be like people that are sensitive to cold sores. It would be like cold sores like all over my whole lip though. Like that's how bad it is. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. Okay, what's everybody up to this weekend? Anything fun? Anything exciting? I have a few videos to get done this weekend, so I definitely think I'll be on for sure a couple times this weekend. And that's really my fun, exciting plans, is catching up on some videos and some content I want to make, need to make, both of the above. Catch up on a little housework. That's every weekend though. And then we start school on Tuesday. I'm not excited. Honestly, I would rather it be summer for sure. I actually wish we went back like after Labor Day, but then again, practice for football starts like August 14th. So maybe that'd be too long, but I do wish we went back like the last week of August. But we have a 4-day school week, and we also have a lot of extra days for like snow days and stuff. Like we definitely go more days to school than a lot of towns, and especially last year. Obviously you have to hit like your minimum, but you can do more than your minimum. I'd rather do the minimum, but obviously you have to leave a few days for like, you know, whatever reason school could get canceled that I can't even think of off the top of my head. But yeah, we only have 4-day school weeks, which they added like, guys, this is secondhand info, so I might have this wrong, but if I remember right, they added like random days. Oh, sorry, random minutes. So it's like a few minutes earlier in the morning, a few minutes later in the evening. I think I'm going to pair it with this, but I have this unique lip liner and I meant to grab it when I came in here because I would have had to look for it. You know what I mean? I don't just know where it is. That's a little bit more of like a true cherry red that I thought would go a little better with this, but this is what I have out here, so we're just going to make it work. I mostly want the main part of my lips to be the lip plumper anyways. I just want a little something to add shape and like, because I get foundation on my lips, you know? Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, we add some like random minutes in the morning and in the evening. And so I think that pretty much makes up for the Fridays by the end of the year. I don't know how it works. Okay. I want to put this on, then we'll pick out our blush and stuff. It's hard to take myself very seriously with this hairdo. Or lack thereof, I should say. We love our 4-day school week. When it first was like a thing, there was other schools that had done it. But we definitely got in like pretty early in the beginning. Most of the small towns did. And I kind of was just like neutral on it. Like I was like, I don't really have strong favor for or against. Like I was like, I guess I'm fine either way. But now that we have a 4-day school week, I love it. And I would like never ever want to go back. Once in a blue moon, we go to school on Friday. Like say if they had Monday off or like, I don't know, if like one of those extra days, like if we went to tournaments or whatever, then they'll go on Friday, but most of the year, no. All right, let's try this out. I wanted to try this for the first time with you guys, so I'm just gonna line my lips with this. I love a lip liner. If I only have to wear one lip product, like if I'm on a deserted island and they said you can have one lip product, obviously that'd be the least of my concerns. I'd be worried about getting food and like getting home, but we're talking hypothetical here. I would choose lip liner. Okay, that's a lie. I'd choose chapstick if I was on a deserted island, but if we're talking makeup, if I can only wear one, I pick lip liner. And I don't want much. I just want enough to like kind of have that shape to my lips. I have a pimple right here. Annoying. Annoying. Good morning, Jerry. Good morning, Melody. That's nice you have that. I feel like they keep adding more time here and shortening summer breaks. I hate that. I want a longer summer. Sandy. Chapstick for sure. Yeah, like if I'm like actually on a deserted island, I'm by myself, like I don't know. I guess I'm being punished by God if I somehow magically find myself on a deserted island and then someone asks me, what lip product do you choose? Like obviously that's not something that's gonna happen here. So I've done something really bad to deserve this fate. But obviously not bad enough to not have chapstick because someone's offering me chapstick. So maybe it's a little test. I don't know. All right, let's try this out. Oh, okay. That is stunning. That's like way more true red and way more pigmented than the lip liner, which is crazy. And I love a lip plumper. Surreal Shine has been one of my favorite lip products for I don't know how long. How pretty is that color for a lip gloss? Like, look at how much darker it is than the liner. That is crazy. Kenya, I thought so too. Good morning, Desiree. How are you? Blusher stick, girl. You can use that for all three. That's true. That's true. But I don't know if that's gonna keep my lips hydrated, which is gonna be a must if I'm on a deserted island. Good morning, Courtney. Thank you. You're looking so tan and pretty, and that red is really popping. Well, thank you, Melody. My tan, I only got to go to the lake once this year, and it was super smoky the last, like, 2 days. So I basically got one day in the sun. Obviously, I've had other time where I've been, like, outside, but, you know, like when you're camping and you're, like, literally out in the sun, swimming, playing, having fun all day, 2 days or something. The tan's already fading. But I did get a new self-tanner to try. I'm not really a big, sorry, I'm trying to even this out so that this doesn't look as obvious. I'm not a big self-tanner person. I hate the smell. I hate the feel. Once in a blue moon in the winter, I'm like, I'm the ugliest person on planet Earth. That's what I think when I'm looking at myself. And I'm like, I have to do the self-tanner. Like, I have to do something to bring me back to life. So I will use it once in a blue moon, but it's pretty rare. So I would love to find a self-tanner that doesn't feel like that. It almost like makes me sweat. That's the best way I can describe it is like, one, it has a little bit of a sticky feel and a smell, but it's more that like for some reason it triggers me to like sweat. So then it like makes me feel extra sticky and it's like hard to sleep. So that's probably very specific and a me problem, but if I can find a self-tanner that doesn't smell so bad that I have to wash my sheets the next day and that can darken me enough to make it worth it, I'll probably do it more this winter for sure. That lip is stunning on you. Thank you, Dawn. I love the Ophir Shine. Me too. But I actually love this too. I feel like that totally makes my lips look way smoother. I can actually feel a little tingling, but not burning yet. It will hydrate them if you use the Ophir stick. Good point, Jerry. Okay, which color are we picking? Probably, since I'm on a deserted island, I'm going to be getting super tan. So that means I'm going to need probably shade Watermelon. All right, should we do a blush and leave the eyes blank? Like coordinate these two? What do you guys think? Or should we keep the blush subtle and just only the lip be popping? Which one? Also, I need your guys' opinion. I brought both in here because I was on the fence. So first off, Watermelon. I feel like that'd be a pretty good match. It's obviously a little pinkier because it's a blusher. That could be pretty though. Or like Brown Pear. Which one? Brown Pear is going to be more neutral. But it still has like really good pigment payoff and stuff. I'm going to show you this. A little more neutral, or should we do bright blush, bright lip, neutral eye, like no eye? Very pretty. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Courtney. Oh my gosh, you guys are like my number one hype girls. I need to find the self-tanner that I saw a girl using the other day. If I can go back and find her, she was spraying on a light mist she claimed didn't get all over the place. I will get in the shower and spray it. I think I know what that is, Jerry. I could totally find it for you. My friend Lauren sells that stuff. Is it like in a brown, like a aerosol? Like it's almost like in a dry shampoo type container? I think my friend Lauren sells that. So this is the one I got. Okay, I broke my mirror, but I'm not ready to let her go yet, so I keep propping her up, which is getting dangerous. It really is. Okay, I got this MSK Labs. This had really good reviews on TikTok and was like a top rated product and a bunch of good reviews. So I got the Express Self Tanning for the body, and then I got the Overnight Tanning Mask. That's for the face. So key ingredients on this is niacinamide, lactic acid, squalene. Squalene's the oil that our skin naturally produces, by the way. That is typically the best serum you can get if you have a good squalene. Hyaluronic acid, which helps your skin hydrate itself as well. So hyaluronic acid for deep hydration and lasting plumpness, squalene for skin barrier support and to enhance radiance, lactic acid to gently exfoliate, and niacinamide, which I don't usually like niacinamide. A lot of products have that, so it's obviously good for a lot of people, but for some reason, I don't really like a product that's focused on niacinamide. I don't feel like they usually work that good to brighten and refine. I'd rather have vitamin C to brighten. But anyways, they're both skincare infused, the body and the face, so I'm excited to try those. All right, Watermelon. Okay, wait. Blush and eyes little, so the lips are the star. Watermelon, Brown Pear. Good morning, Valerie. Watermelon, yes, and they also had a mousse. Okay, I think I know what that is. I don't know the name of the company, but I'm almost positive it's the one my friend Lauren sells for. Okay, let's do earrings first, then we'll decide, because it looks like we're at like almost a tie. I thought these could be really cute with this, like with this red lip and like maybe a red cheek. Let's call these 70s earrings. I don't have a name for them, but that's just so that you have something to comment. I thought these with like the yellow, like kind of like when you have two like neutral shades, sometimes they kind of look good together. So I'm thinking these 70s earrings. Comment if it's a yes for those, or Western. Which ones? Western, because These aren't actually Western. I just don't know what else to call them, and they remind me of like Western earrings or 70s. I'm definitely thinking these. I think you guys will too, so I'm going to put these on. And we're at a tie for the blush. So let me put these on and then tell me again. Same shade for blush, watermelon, or should we do brown pear? I have to do something. Because I did the bronzer and the illuminator. So I have to be able to like blend in that illuminator. Okay, these nails are going to be a little hard to put these on. Okay, you guys were in the same page as me. Every single person has said 70, so literally not one Western. So we were all thinking, yeah, these are the ones. Okay, that makes me feel a little more confident with my choice. Also, ignore my hair, guys. I am going to fix my hair when I get off of here. I'm usually a Western girl, but I love the 70s with your top. Okay, brown pear, and is watermelon really bright? It is pretty dang bright. Let me swatch them both for you guys. Let me swatch first so you can comment while I fight with my nails. Watermelon, kind of pinky, but definitely bright. Like the lid almost matches this perfectly. How cool is this lid? I can feel the plumping. I'm excited to see, since I took like a before picture, what it looks like. Because I feel like when you're watching in real time, it can be a little hard to like tell, you know what I mean? Brown pear, watermelon. Which one with this lid? You guys tell me. Brown pear, I feel like either one could kind of match, but watermelon is much brighter, so you guys tell me. The lips are so stunning, they should stand alone. Okay, love that, Dawn. Courtney says watermelon. Cute, love those earrings. Thank you, Valerie. Tracy, lip looks great. Glad to see you. We've been in fires. Oh, for 5+ days in Reno, Nevada. It's nice seeing something positive. I am so sorry. We have been really lucky for fires. So very, very grateful for that. We have had really bad smoke. Really, really bad, but we have looked out with the fires, mostly. I mean, we've had fires, but we haven't had any, like, crazy, you know, those, like, fires that can't be contained and blah, blah, blah. At least not where I live, so it's been lucky. Okay, I love that. Watermelon. So we've got definitely brown pear, watermelon, brown pear, brown pear, brown pear. Okay, looks like we're just gonna go with majority vote. We can always try watermelon, like, this weekend or something and do the same look, because I'll be wearing this lip again. A lot. Maybe this weekend I might wear it again. Okay, brown pear. If you're new here, these are Vitamin C6 by Ophir. I do have Ophir linked in the description. I should have said this at the beginning and I forgot. They're having an outlet sale right now, so make sure you go check that out. There's some really, really good deals. There's also Skin Satin is out of stock on its own, but in that little outlet sale, there's a bundle deal that you can get it with the shorter foundation brush, which is really, really good. I've used it a bunch. If you've watched my tutorials, you've seen me. Anyways, you can get it bundled with that, and there's quite a few shades in stock, but there's some really good deals. I think it's like up to 60% off. So make sure you go check that out. See if there's anything you want, need, can't live without, or is just too good of a deal to pass up. Wish I could stay on, but I have to head into work. Catch you on the replay to see the final look. Dawn, have a good day at work. I'm about to do the same, so we'll be there together. All right, and also brown pear is the only one I've ever used an entire stick of. This is actually my favorite cheek stick. I love it. So I like to take kind of a soft brush, and I don't do a lot of like swiping, but if you guys can see this angle, I'm more kind of like dabbing and pressing it in. And I love the way it blends right over powder when I just dab and kind of press. Like I said, I don't want to like swipe and smear because I don't want to like pull my foundation off or anything like that. And another thing that I like to do, which is kind of random, but I like to go right over the top of my illuminator so you can kind of see how it's like peeking through. I go in phases where I like and don't like illuminator. Right now I'm in a like phase, but I don't like it to look like a bright stripe on my face, and so that's why I put it on under my blusher. If you like a really, really bright illuminator, definitely put it on last, which would be like the typical step. I kind of like where it's just peeking through my blush a little bit. Thank you, Valerie. Okay, we picked a good one then. I need to order a new brown pair. I can't believe I've actually finished one. So if you do get vitamin C stick, they're super pigmented, you guys. So if it ever looks like I'm using a lot, I'm not. So if you get one, don't go crazy right off the bat because it's probably going to be more than you think. All right, let's set this face. This is Ophir setting spray. I will use a cheap setting spray for sure. Like I've used Ulta Beauty has some really good branded ones. I've only used one, which I don't even remember the brand of it. Like cheap one that I was like, yeah, that's cheap for a reason because it made my makeup like fall off. Like it was so greasy and like so oily, but definitely I'm open to a cheap setting spray. I feel like it just melts your makeup in and gives it that really pretty hydrated glow. And more than anything, it helps with the blend, especially if you're like me and you use powders. I love the Ophir one. I really do. It has such a fine mist. It has blue light protection, and it's super like hydrating and glowy. But if you're balling on a budget, go get the Ulta Beauty brand one, or I don't really know what. I'm not super familiar with like Target and Walmart ones because I shop online mostly, you know. But there's definitely good cheap options out there. The only thing I've noticed with a lot, if not all of the cheap ones I've tried, is for some reason the mist isn't as fine. And so sometimes it does leave a little like splotch in your makeup. But I do feel like the finish is still really, really pretty. It definitely melts everything in, all of that. So that'd be my only like one thing I would say when I've used cheaper ones. I just scratched my face with wet. I hope I didn't get my foundation messed up. Good morning, Kathy. Just now tuning in. Of course, you are almost done. Well, Lisa, I'm still happy you're here, so thank you so much for still jumping on, even if it was at the end. The L'Oreal that you turned me on to is my favorite. Okay, so what Jerry's talking about is the L'Oreal Infallible. I'm obsessed with that stuff. I really am. But let me explain what I like to do. That one is, I think of it like hairspray for my face. So that one, I'm locking my makeup in. I'm making sure it doesn't budge all day. I am convinced that L'Oreal one was a hairspray. And they, for whatever reason, didn't like the formula. And were like, let's make this a setting spray. I'm truly convinced of that. I really am. Because it looks like hairspray, it smells like hairspray, and it sprays like hairspray. It's crazy. I don't know if they just like someone randomly used it on their face one day and was like, hey, my makeup did not budge for 12 hours. I think that's what happened, but that's what that one is. This one I use to like melt my powders and stuff. Got it in my nose. e.l.f. has some good ones. Okay, I've never tried e.l.f., so that's true. I just tried the Urban Decay All Night Setting Spray, and I really like it. I had a friend, that one I think has been around for like ever, right? I had a friend in high school, and she like only used the Urban Decay setting sprays, and they were really good. I haven't used them since I was like getting ready with her because I never had the money to buy setting spray. I was a teen mom, so I would just use it if like I was with her. I think I already said this. Good morning, Karan, if I didn't. Thank you. You might like the One Size Powder Melt Spray. It's really good for that. Ooh. What lip color did you use? It's so pretty. I love it. Lisa, we tried a new one today. I'll make sure to add a link for you guys. I want to check around for prices because the lid lifting treatment was on a huge sale on TikTok that someone sent me the other day. So I want to check prices, make sure I get you guys the best deal in case anyone wants to order this. But it's the City Beauty Lip Plumper in the shade Cherry. Back in the day, people sprayed hairspray to set makeup. I bet you're right. Makes sense. Makes full sense. I bought it off the TikTok auction site. Yes. Okay, let's do a little mascara, and then I have to fix my hair because this look is not really going to come together unless I do that. Like, I can't even take myself seriously with this hair. I'm gonna put it up for sure. For sure. I'm so glad that live is working today. Yesterday, after being on live for like 20 minutes, it never did post, so I'm assuming it's not going to. But I was just kind of like, I feel like at least one person would have gone on by now. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, obviously, do I have this huge page with like thousands of people on? I'm like, no, but I'm like, I feel like at least one person may have gotten on by now, and no one has. And so I'm glad I didn't go through my whole entire face of makeup when I realized it wasn't working at all. So anyways, all that to say, more exciting to see you guys today. Okay, we're Antonio Banderas now. Oh, thank you, Desiree. I'm gonna put it in some space blends, and I'm gonna do not really a tutorial, but kind of a Leduo tutorial, because it's been a little while, and a bundle deal that I want to make a video for, just for like face trimming pieces. So that's what I'm gonna do. And plus, look at my hair. I can't leave it down. I'm Antonio Banderas. Okay, let's do a quick mascara, and then I gotta go, or I'm not gonna have time to make my lip video, which I'm so excited to share. Obviously, it was really fun to try it with you guys. Oh no, I got it on my teeth. It's actually been like pretty transfer resistant because I never did do my little like trick. And I just had like a little tiny spot right there, and that was it. So nothing, I'm not saying it's transfer proof at all. I don't call anything transfer proof except for like a really, really good stain. And I'll still tell people, like, if you're eating something greasy, if it gets wet, it can still budge after that. But I would definitely say transfer resistant for a gloss. Slick back bun would look great too. That, totally, Jerry. I think that would look really good. I don't know if I ever told you guys this. I think I did, but I recorded a slick back bun tutorial. This has been forever ago, maybe even a year. Last summer. And that's mostly what I post on TikTok is hair tutorials. Or sorry, not TikTok, Instagram. But I posted it on TikTok, and if you've ever been on TikTok, it has this little like search bar that will come up with videos, so it's like related searches. And the search bar on it was slick back giant forehead. And I was like, really, TikTok, you're gonna do me like that? I do that, Jerry, but I don't know if I told you that, because I do think that's like kind of an old trick, so I don't know. Your hair really has gotten long. It's been a while since I've seen you. Really missed you. Thank you, Valerie. I actually just got it cut, and it was like perfect timing because I got these vitamins, so I feel like it'll be a good like tester. I'm really excited for those BioSteel vitamins. I feel like they're actually doing something innovative, different, not just loaded up with a bunch of crap like a lot of these vitamins are. Ugh, some vitamins hurt my stomach so bad, you guys. Like, they really do. And I have taken the Her Beauty since the day I got this, which has only been like 2 or 3 days ago, and it did not hurt my tummy at all. So I haven't started this one yet. That's going to be today. I would take it this morning, but I feel like everything I see, I don't see anything on that saying that you have to do this, but most of it says that you get the best results if you take it with a meal. So I think I'll probably take it every day at like lunch. I just have to put it somewhere that I'm going to see it so that I don't forget. By the way, I think it said Her Beauty by BioSteel. It's Her Harmony, which is like a powder drink mix. Hi Barbara, how are you? Had to step away for a minute. Which blush did you put on? We did Brown Pear. So I'll probably do this same makeup look or like a very similar one, Maybe again this weekend, honestly, because I love this lip. Obviously, I want to try the pink one next, but I really, really like this, so we probably will do another look with it, and we'll do watermelon that day, because I think watermelon would be really fun too. I can tell this mascara is like practically dried out, because it's the You Cool Me Fiber Mascara, which is actually one of my favorite fiber mascaras. It really gets like a lot in one coat, which is what I like about it. Like normally I have to do 2-3 coats, and I can just tell this is, it's not doing what it usually does, you know? So I'm like, this one's obviously almost empty for sure, but that's okay. We will make it work. Thank you, Jackie. I can tell the setting spray, my eyelashes are like a little stuck together. Usually I do that very, very last for that reason, but that's okay. Ah. Never used an eyelash curler. Is there a difference between different brands? Oh my gosh, you've never used one, Valerie. Okay, I will say eyelash curler is an eyelash curler, but yes, you will, if you use a brand and then you use another one, you will notice a difference. So I had the same eyelash curler for probably 10 years. This is a different mascara, by the way. Probably 10 years, and then I got this You Cool Me one, and I was like, oh wow, that like actually works really, really good. So I don't know, they seem the same until you actually are like using one and then use another one, and then that's when I feel the difference. Of course I did that. Of course. I wish I didn't have to work today, because I just feel like with the videos I want to record this morning, I don't feel like I have time for work. But that's not really how life works, is it? Actually, the opposite, where I have to take whatever time I have for videos and then waste away in my office. I'm just kidding. It's not actually that bad. Beautiful as always. I have a meeting, so I have to pop off. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for hanging out, Jerry. Your eyelashes are so nice. All these health issues, mine always fall out. I actually don't really have like that nice of eyelashes. This is just a fiber mascara, so it makes them look significantly longer and fuller than they are. My eyelashes are stick straight. They point at the ground. They're really not that long, and they're really not that full. So you can see how it kind of like, the fibers kind of build up right there, and that kind of helps make them look way fuller. It's a bit of an optical illusion. Okay, I gotta quit messing with this because I'm gonna run out of time if I keep doing that. Okay, maybe I'll get one and try it. Yeah, try it. I can't believe you've never tried one. That's actually crazy to me. You might at first be like, how do I do this? But you'll get used to it. Okay, we need a little tiny brush, because with these nails, I can't really do much, you know what I mean? And I need my powder. Here it is, to clean up that mascara. Have you ever tried the Barboletta Lash Serum? My lashes have grown so much from it. I love it. Sell it on my website. I have, actually. So when they first opened, someone signed me up. So I actually also have a affiliate tab for it. but I always forget to use it. I have it in my bathroom in the cupboard and I always forget. So I have it, but I haven't been consistent with it. So I really need to do that because I have seen nothing but glowing reviews for it and like stuff about how it actually works. All right, we're gonna put just a little in here just to brighten up that inner corner a little. Same illuminator we use for everything else. I really want to get my mascara back out because I'm like, this isn't quite how I want it, but I can't keep wasting time. First world problems for sure. Girl problems. As I've gotten older, I've gotten thinner. Yeah, totally. And I think that's pretty natural. Obviously frustrating, but still normal. Thank you, Sandy. All right, girls, let's throw these up in a couple quick buns. And then I might have to skip the hair tutorial. I don't think I'm gonna have time, so we might just do our hair together really quick. Dang it. This always like sets me back because then I have to spend so much time on the weekend editing. You know what I mean? But that's okay because then I can do like a down hair tutorial. I don't know, maybe I can make it work if I'm really fast. But I don't want to like make crappy videos, you know what I mean? Because I'm in a hurry. Again, first world problems, not real problems. Okay, I just split my hair. I'm going to take out a few little pieces to curl. Sometimes I do this curling and sometimes I don't. So this is really just personal preference if you want all your hair back or if you want a few little face framing pieces. Totally up to you. I don't think it matters either way. And step one, I'm actually going to put my hair in a pony. Not a bun yet. Or you can do a bun if you prefer to do it in that order. These are little tiny toddler ponies, so that's why they look so small. Okay, same thing. We're going to take out a few little face framers, nothing super crazy. And another little pony. Not that anybody asked for this step-by-step tutorial, but if I'm going to do it, I might as well stay on just in case there's even one person that likes this hairstyle from yesterday. Wait, was it yesterday I wore this? I don't remember. It's amazing. Try it. I will, Jackie. Alright, I don't like to really tighten these yet. Sometimes I do on accident and then I go, crap, why did I do that? So I leave it like this, and then rubber band. Does not have to be this kind. People always ask what rubber bands I use. I don't really think it matters, guys. I have a few different ones, and none of them are really like anything crazy special. Alright, split the hair in half, and then we're going to take this rubber band and secure that. If you have like thick or full hair, instead of the rubber band, just do a pony. So again, split the hair. I'm going to try to show you this. I have this on Instagram and Facebook too. Split the hair in half. And we're going to secure it like that. And then it's kind of goofy looking here for a minute. I want to make sure my rubber band's on the inside of the pony. That's why I didn't tighten the pony. And then we're going to just start tightening, messing these up, and making them like nice and big, and all of that. This part really has no rhyme or reason to it. It's just pull apart, pull apart, pull apart. And then I will bobby pin a bunch of stuff until whenever it looks like how I want. Okay, I gotta go. I hopefully will have time to show you guys the final look in like maybe my Instagram stories. Or take a picture, which usually that takes me a long time, taking a picture. But I'm going to try to, this is a little texturizing spray. You can also just use hairspray, dry shampoo, anything really works. I just need a little more like grip and kind of mess for the way I like my buns. But you can totally do yours whatever way you like it and what suits your preference, however big you want, however small you want. However messy, it's truly up to you. Okay, and then if you need to, you just take some little bobby pins. Okay, like if you have any floppy pieces, weird pieces, bobby pin, and push it in. And you can do as many or as few bobby pins as you want. Some days I don't do any, some days I have 3 or 4 per bun. It really just depends on what I think of the look of it, is what it is. And then when I get out of this room and into another room, I will check the back of my head in the mirror. And same thing, I'll just bobby pin it anywhere that has like floppy pieces, loose pieces. I don't mind having a couple like stray little loose pieces, but I don't want like weird, ugly looking floppy pieces. So it's kind of just look at it and then bobby pin based on the look of what you like and where you're at with it. So I don't really like that. So see how that kind of like comes up? So I might just do like right here. Alright, girls, I gotta go. I will finish these up here shortly, but I hope you have an amazing day. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you this weekend, I'm sure, because I have a lot of videos to make. So I hope you guys have a good weekend and turn notifications on so we can hang out again. Bye, guys.